Tonight, we celebrate you, the architects of our republic. We honor you and the millions of Kenyans whose diligence and patriotism build this nation shilling by shilling, day by day. Your contribution keeps our children in school, our hospitals open, our roads connected, and our institutions stable. You are the backbone of our republic. As the Kenya Revenue Authority marks 30 years of service, the last 3 decades tells a remarkable story of Kenya's transformation, a story of enterprise and resilience, of innovation and opportunity, and of a nation shaping its destiny through hard work and unity of purpose. In this journey, Kenya Revenue Authority has been both a driver and a mirror of our progress. From a modest revenue office, it has grown into a cornerstone of our economic sovereignty. In 1995, Kenya collected, as was said by the Commissioner General, 122 billion in revenue. This past year, we surpassed 2.57 trillion, a 21-fold increase that has built our schools and hospitals, powered our infrastructure, and strengthened our sovereignty. We are steadily on track to hit the 3 trillion mark this financial year. I think that is why you have a date with these guys next week. Just a year ago, at this very event, we launched KRA's 9th corporate plan alongside the government's enterprise API platform, now known nationwide as Gava Connect. Today, more than 1,000 Kenyan developers are actively building solutions on Gava Connect APIs, making Kenya one of the first countries on the continent to deploy a government-wide API ecosystem. By integrating KRA services into eCitizen, we have reduced compliance time for individuals and MSMEs by over 40%, freeing entrepreneurs to build businesses, create jobs, and grow our economy. This is more than technology. It is the transformation of a government that listens, responds, and serves. Kenya is also among the earliest countries in sub-Saharan Africa to begin integrating artificial intelligence-powered risk engines into tax compliance, placing us firmly at the frontier of modern public administration. By piloting these engines and re-engineering our processes, the Customs Department recently recorded its highest ever monthly customs revenue, reaching 85 billion last month. Domestic VAT collections have also strengthened, rising from 20 billion a month in the year 2021-2022 to 28 billion this year. These efforts affirm a shared conviction that technology is not merely a tool of efficiency, but the heartbeat of a government that is transparent, responsive, and accessible to every Kenyan. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's economy continues to navigate global headwinds, including shifting trade patterns, fiscal constraints, and the impact of climate change. Yet we remain steadfast in our pursuit of inclusive and sustainable growth, as demonstrated by the 9.1% revenue increase in the second half of last fiscal year despite these challenges. Accordingly, every shilling collected must deliver visible results. Every taxpayer must see value for their contribution, and every public institution must operate with transparency and integrity. This is why the government is implementing fiscal reforms to seal leakages, rationalize expenditure, and direct resources towards programs that deliver the highest social and economic returns. At the heart of these reforms is fairness in taxation and public spending. Nation building is a collective effort that calls for participation, contribution, and shared responsibility. Paying taxes is not merely a legal obligation. It is an act of patriotism and solidarity, a collective commitment to the Kenya we all aspire to build. Today, we recognize our top taxpayers. We celebrate the spirit of partnership that drives our nation forward. To every individual and institution represented here, I extend the government's deepest gratitude. Your compliance enables us meet national obligations and secure a better future for generations ahead. Let this day remind us that nation building depends on a simple partnership: citizens who contribute and institutions that serve with integrity. To KRA, keep pushing forward, innovate, simplify, build trust, and serve every taxpayer with efficiency and respect. We will back you with policies and resources needed to expand the tax base and strengthen voluntary compliance. Ladies and gentlemen, our success is measured not by revenue targets, but by transformed lives. Every shilling must create opportunity: a job for a young person, markets for a farmer, growth for a business, and better healthcare and education for every citizen. As we mark 30 years of KRA and 20 years of Taxpayers' Day, let us commit to a Kenya where fairness, integrity, and responsibility define us, and where every contribution counts. Together, let us build a culture of integrity that strengthens our development and fuels our national confidence. Even the people who don't pay taxes, it is not their wish not to pay. It is just that we haven't provided the right systems for them to be able to pay. And I think that is what we are putting in place. And therefore, we are going to assist everybody to pay. And we are going to do it with a lot of respect. I think that is what we have agreed. The statement that has been made here is that while 3 million people contribute 600 billion, 17 million others contribute only 17 billion. And that is what we need to correct by assisting those others to be able to meet up their obligation. Let me also confirm that the KRA team has been phenomenal. They have really gone out of their way. They have our full support. It is the reason why we decided as government that we are going to fund the KRA much more robustly so that they can appropriate and execute their mandate accordingly. And as the good book says, to whom much is given, much is expected. So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Commissioner General, and your teams, you know what that means. So I wish you well. Congratulations on all the good that you're doing. And we will continue to innovate the way we spend our taxes. We will continue to seal the loopholes and eliminate the leakages and innovate on how we can leverage on our taxes to achieve more with what the Kenyan people are paying. We will continue to do this with, and I want to commend Parliament for what they are doing, the leadership in Parliament, the chairs of both the Finance and Budget in both houses. They have been of great support and help, and the committees responsible. And this great ceremony would not have happened if there were no guiding policies and if there were no budgets passed. So I want to say thank you very much to all the teams that have made it possible for us to collect taxes and for us to be able to do what we must do